Colts looking to make it a 4-0 start to the season. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coltsnet Live. Here from the AWC at Centennial College's Progress Campus, it is Centennial Colts men's basketball as they look to continue their unbeaten streak against the Fleming Phoenix, rebranded previously from the Fleming Knights. I'm Zachary Friedman, and I got Kira Ierson with me. And Kira, the Colts have been looking good in the early going.
Yes, they have. Last game, just a recap, we were able to beat La Cité 80-74, and some highlighted players was Deandrea Goulbourne as he dropped 20 points and 4 assists, as well as another player highlight we have on this team is Omar Nur, as he's currently placed second for the free goal percentile with 75%, and rebounds. He's also placed second in the OCAA standings with 9.7 rebounds per game. So really two players you have to look out for on the team. Anyone else that we really have to keep an eye on today, Zach?
Well, returning to the lineup today, Kira, is Hussam Shallow, who hadn't played since the opener against George Brown. However, they're coming back today after a left ankle injury. But I spoke to Hussam before the game, and he said he's feeling good. He is reinserted back into the starting five for this one. But, Kira, the injury bug has definitely been hitting the Colts a little harder than usual in the early going.
Yes, some injuries that we have to look out for is Tayshawn Crawford and Wong. So Samuel Wong and Tayshawn Crawford are two pivotal players that are currently absent on the team. Zach, how about you go into a little depth about Crawford and his current injury right now?
Well, Crawford, it's another ankle injury. He suffered it early in the game versus Algonquin last weekend, and it kept him out of the lineup for the game the next day against La Cité. And it's going to keep him out for the foreseeable future, it seems. Crawford, one of the best players in the early going for the Colts, going to have to look in other directions. That other direction was Samuel Wong, who actually was putting up double-digit scoring in those games versus Algonquin and La Cité, but actually aggravated his own ankle injury in the game versus Algonquin, still managed to play it 36 minutes last Saturday against La Cité, but not good enough to go. But let's talk about some of the healthy Colts. We did mention Deandrea Goulbourne. He was named recently one of the OCAA Stars of the Week. He's averaging a stellar 19 points on the year, and he's getting it done everywhere with over 6 rebounds a game and 5 assists. And defensively, he's an absolute menace, ranking in the top 3, forcing 3 steals a game. They face today a Fleming Phoenix team that's been a little slow to the start. It's been a 1-3 record. They haven't gotten a victory since their October 20th home opener against Loyalist College. But for now, we're going to have the starting lineups and the national anthems as we turn things over to the public address announcer, Ryan Miller.
Your starters for the Fleming Phoenix. Number 2, Deandrea Goulbourne. Number 10, Mark Kahai. Number 15, Paul Ryan Molan. Number 23, Marcus Parnell. Number 24, Lister White. And now, your starters for the Centennial Colts. A 5'10" guard, number 4, Hussam Shallow. A 6'5" guard, number 1, Tavon Mars-Buckley. A 6'6" forward, number 11, Deandrea Goulbourne. A 6'7" forward, number 15, Wilson. And ready at the lineup, your center at 7'2", number 45, Omar Nur. We're going to have the teams line up, and if you are
Zachary Freeman and Kira Iverson back at you for the start of this Colts men's basketball game here. We got a matinee 1 o'clock start on Saturday afternoon as we get set to start this one, as we bring the starters to you one more time. It's Deandrea Goulbourne and Mark Gahate at guard for the Phoenix, and then Paul Ryan Mole, Marcus Parnell, and Lystra White. For the Colts, it's Tavon Mars-Buckley and Hussam Shallow at the guard spot. You've got Deandrea Goulbourne and then Xander Wilson, who's been starting the last couple games in the absence of Crawford. And then you got big Omar Nur, and if there's one advantage that the Colts have today, it is a height advantage. The tallest player on the Phoenix, just 6'7", and after that 6'4", so Nur and Wilson should be able to feast as Nur easily wins the tip, and it's Goulbourne starting it off for the Colts. And it's Shallow at the top. Shallow's first game back since the opener as Mars-Buckley takes it inside. Right-hand move, and that one goes up and in, so a quick start for the Colts. As now it's Goulbourne Jackson. That's Parnell, who gets it over, and it's swung back to Goulbourne Jackson. Gets it inside. That's White. His jumper, no good. Rebound, Parnell. Parnell kicks it back out. Driving in was Gahit. That one to Goulbourne Jackson. Elbow jumper, no good. Rebound, Wilson. Colts going quickly down the other way. Mars-Buckley, step back three from the corner. Goes.
And that's something that you have to watch out for. Mars-Buckley is one of the very aggressive players on our team, so we have to make sure that if you are Fleming Phoenix, you're defending that.
Quick 5 points for Mars-Buckley as Gahit gets it over to Parnell. Guarded by Goulbourne. Nur came with the help, but he gets right through, open over, but the big Nur getting the rebound as Goulbourne now runs the floor for the Colts. Euro step in, left-handed layup, no good. So 5-0 Colts, a minute and a half into this one as Goulbourne Jackson runs the offense up top, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Illegal screen there by Paul Mole.
And we can see the energy levels are high for the Colts. And if we could keep this up for the remainder of the 8 minutes, this is what will bring us a victory today.
Colts playing with confidence with a 3-0 start as Goulbourne goes up for Nur, wasn't able to get a handle on it, and it's taken by Gahit, who passes it over to Mole. It's going to be Jason Wilson coming to the table, who's going to be the first substitution as Goulbourne Jackson drove inside, lost his balance, and the ball goes out of bounds along the baseline, so it'll be Colts basketball, 8:03 left to go in the first quarter.
And Goulbourne Jackson is one of the few players that you have to watch on the Phoenix besides Malay and Ugbogbo. So again, he has an average of 10 points per game and 4.8 rebounds. So someone you have to watch on the offensive side.
Wilson actually the leading scorer, averaging 12.7 points a game as Mars-Buckley drives inside. His floater goes! Tavon Mars-Buckley off to a hot start. He's got all of the Colts' first 7 points as the outlet pass gets down there to White. And that was trying to pass inside, and that's going to go off a Colts defender, and it's going to remain Fleming basketball. Fleming Phoenix, coached by Josh Williams in his first year, did coach the women's extramural team at Fleming previously. This is his first year with the varsity squad. In fact, this entire coaching staff on the Fleming side is a new staff, as wide open in the corner. That was Parnell who missed the three as Goulbourne takes the other way for the Colts. In the corner, that's Shallow. Guarded by White into Nur. Nur with that big 7-2 frame trying to back down, and there's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Mole. It's going to be the first team foul. And I believe Mole's second personal, as he was the one who had that illegal screen, as now Miak Egbegbo is going to check in for the aforementioned Mole.
Yes, and so the player heading on the field now has 2.7 blocks per game and about 2.3 steals per game. So again, a really good, strong defensive player that we might have to watch out for.
It's Mars-Buckley at the top, 9 seconds left on the shot clock. It's counting down 6, going left. A lot of contact, finally gets the call. And Tavon Mars-Buckley will go to the chance to make it 8 and 9 points for him in the early going.
And Mars-Buckley is someone that you do not want to foul. Out of the 12 free throws that he has attempted, he has gotten 10 of those, making a percentile of 83.3%. So a very consistent player when he is fouled.
13 points per game on the season. He's very efficient from the field as well at 48% as he hits the first.
And we could hear the coach just signaling to Nur to get that rebound.
Nur's going to have a chance to feast today. He's got 9.7 rebounds per year as the Colts now come out with a bit of a trap press here. As Goulbourne Jackson's trying to cross center, they just do in the nick of time, but the pass was a little errant, out of the reach of Parnell, out of bounds. Colts force a turnover. 3 minutes into this one, no points on the board for the Phoenix. It's Shallow driving inside. That one's blocked by Igbagbo, but Nur gets it inside. That one no go. Igbagbo the rebound. It's Parnell. Guarded by Wilson. Igbagbo coming with the screen. Igbagbo driving inside. Nerd missing the block, but that one's off the mark. It's Goulbourne now. He's going to drive inside. Spin move. No good. Rebound White. Trying to get the steal there was Goulbourne. Got a little too aggressive into the arms of Goulbourne Jackson. And that's going to be his first personal foul of the afternoon.
Colts have been doing a really good job to make the Phoenix under pressure and really make a lot of turnovers this game.
Nice deflection on the inbounds there by Shallow. It'll still remain Phoenix basketball. The Phoenix is an offensive team struggling in the early going, just 63 points per game, and they're shooting below 30% at just 29. Bit of a push off there, no call. The 3 by White is good. Correction, that was Wilson with the 3 and the first points of the afternoon for the Phoenix as it's Shallow. Guarded heavily by Wilson as Xander Wilson with the screen on Jason Wilson. And now Mars-Buckley will have it at the top. 6 on the shot clock. Drives inside, little hook shot layup. Big Omar Nur's there. He keeps going, has 2 goes at it, and Omar Nur puts it in. Lead at 8 now for the Colts. As that pass thrown away, Wilson gets it on the ground, finds Mars-Buckley. Great play by Wilson as it's in the corner. Goulbourne's 3, that one goes! Deandrea Goulbourne with his first points of the afternoon.
And we can see that the Centennial Colts is making some magic here within the first 5 minutes.
That 3-pointer's good from White. That one's actually going to be called a long 2 from the corner, so 14-5 the score. It's Shallow. Guarded heavily there by Wilson. But now it's Mars-Buckley driving in on Parnell. It's Nur, the big man, with the 3. No good. But rebound Wilson powering inside. That one's blocked. Another block by Igbagbo as Parnell going the other way. Gets it stripped by Shallow. No call. Wilson with the basketball. Going inside. Big frame and 1. Xander Wilson, just as wide as he is tall, gets the bucket and will have a chance to make it a 3-point play. The Colts now with an 11-point lead, 4:37 to go here in the first quarter.
And we can see that even though Centennial are missing some of their pivotal players, it's not making any effect for us as we're still keeping up the heat.
Despite being atop the OCAA standings, This past week, the Colts were ranked just 3rd in the power rankings, trying to send a message here against Fleming. As in the corner for the first time today, that's Deandrea Goulbourne, seeing his first action of the season. It's taken away and Nur has it, and that's going to be a foul called on Omar Nur as he caught Goulbourne with the arm trying to get the outlet pass to Wilson, and the ball will go right back to the Phoenix. At the table right now is Tyler Murray. We'll see who he checks in for. Goulbourne looks a little dazed from the hit, but he will stay in the game.
And this game has been keeping us at the edge of our seats. There has been a lot of defensive and attacking transition from both teams. So a lot of back and forth here at the tables today.
So Murray checking in for Parnell, as that's Wilson. Igbagbo back to Wilson with the three-pointer. That one no good. Nur tips it to himself and secures the rebound and gets it to shallow. Goulbourne, and he gets the dunk. Deandrea Goulbourne leaking out in transition there. And that's going to be a timeout by the Phoenix. 3:55 left to go here in the first quarter.
And it looks like Goulbourne's dunk might have shooken up the Phoenix bench as they called a timeout here. What do you think is on the Phoenix's mind, and what do you think, Zach, they have to do to close this 14-point gap?
I think the biggest issue, which is unfortunately an issue that they can't solve, is that they're not tall enough. We've seen Nur basically get a hand on every rebound, whether he's secured it or not. He's at least been tipping the ball around and giving his teammates opportunities. They're just going to have to do everything they can, maybe send a second guy at Nur. When a shot goes up, and if you're the Fleming Phoenix, you can't have Omar Nur anywhere near the paint because that big 7'2" frame is going to get the ball every time. He's probably got something like 5 rebounds here in the early going, well on his way to a double-digit rebound performance. Only thing that would stop him now is foul trouble. But I think also, we've seen the Colts leak out a bunch in transition, or in the early going here. They're going to have to hustle home to try and stop that stretch pass to Goulbourne, because that seems to be there almost every time as we're coming out of the timeout. 3:55 left to go in the opening frame. 19-5 the score. If you take out all the points besides Mars-Buckley, the Colts would still be up at 9-5. It's going to be Fleming ball on the baseline. And you've got a bit of an unorthodox look from the press here. Omar Nur actually playing the top of the press, trying to stop any kind of pass. They get it over to Murray, and Murray trying to get it to Igbagbo. Nice defensive play on the deflection by Goulbourne.
And that was some good basketball IQ defensive-wise, just making sure that we have some tall players intercepting those overhead passes.
In the corner by himself there, back into the game was Gahit. Got it over to Wilson. That one was stripped away. Mars-Buckley trying to get it around him. Still manages to come up with the ball, and he's fouled by Goulbourne along the sideline.
And Mars-Buckley is one of the players on the Colts that's really been making everyone dance. We've noticed that in these attacking transitions, he's really the one that's bolting and beating 2 to 3 Phoenix players at a time to create a passing opportunity.
So that foul puts the Colts into the penalty. So they'll be shooting free throws on every foul now. So big chance to expand the lead as Mars-Buckley, a very good free throw shooter, back at the line. The first-year player, a starter in all 4 games here in the early going. Coach Michael Jackman seeing a potential star in this guy, and this is just the start for him.
There seems to be a little bit of confusion here at the line.
I think it was a matter of who got fouled, but it was Tavon Mars-Buckley who now gets situated at the charity stripe. First free throw, Mars-Buckley up and in. Goodman Audi will have the tough task of trying to box out Nur here on the second free throw. Second free throw up and good, 21-5. They break the press easily on that one as Goodman Audi has it in the corner, looking for an option. Good zone defense here from the Colts. As Goodman Audi down low, goes into a trap, found a way around it, tries to get around Wilson, but can't get by the great wall of Nur. As Goulbourne transition, looked to shoot, didn't take it, skip pass over to Mars-Buckley, step back three, that one goes down. Tavon Mars-Buckley absolutely feeling it in the early going. As Wilson goes the other way, takes a floater from the free throw line, goes down, nice little move there.
And those fast transitions is what Colts really needs to pay attention to. Although there is room for celebration, we do have to track back.
Goulbourne will take a try at his three, and that's his second three-pointer of the first quarter. So Mars-Buckley and Goulbourne each with 2 threes here as Goulbourne tried to jump, get hit there. Didn't get it as Goodman Audi over to Wilson. Inside, nice pass to Igbagbo. Nur swats it away.
And that's a good block by Nur, averaging 1.3 blocks per game due to his height.
Already his second block of the game, as that three-pointer by Wilson is good. So the one bright spot is 2 three-pointers, some good shooting early as Wilson going up high! Xander Wilson, head down, gets up. 29-10. That one, it looked like Wilson lost the dribble, but they're going to call a foul on Hussam Shallow.
And we can see how the energy in the room is making the Phoenixes start to slip up a little bit, literally, regarding that last play. But just overall, what do you think the Phoenixes need to do to just control the play and keep it calm?
I think they're rushing to get it inside. Their three-point shots appeared effective. So maybe running some actions to get a shooter open as Tristan Pagirigan checked into the game for the first time. We'll see if he can get it done with the three. He's looking, and he gets it back to Wilson. Wilson with the elbow jumper. Good D there from Shallow. Get hit with the offensive rebound off the air ball. They're calling a shot clock violation as that one never hit the rim. But they reset the shot clock to 14 anyways. Good eyes by the official to recognize that. So it's going to be Colts ball. As into the game for the Colts as well, Abdullah Sudani into the game for the first time. He's in for Nur. As Goulbourne will drive inside. Goulbourne with the left hand, no good. Wilson trying to get the rebound. That one was off the leg of Wilson while he was out of bounds, so it's going to go the other way. Phoenix basketball. And now checking in as well, you've got Illinois Roberts Farquharson. And also checking in, Quentin McCarthy. That one taken away. And that one's going to be called a blocking foul on McCarthy, who just checked into the game. So a lot of reserves getting their shot here early with a 19-point lead here in the first quarter. It's Wilson, guarded by Sudani. Retreat dribble, he's going to go for another triple, no good. Rebound Shallow, who gets it out in transition to Sudani. Quick step to the layup, no good. Couldn't get control as now it's Farquharson. That's Shallow in the corner. Open McCarthy for the three, no good. Rebound Wilson. Going the other way, taken away by Shallow. Gets it inside, Farquharson gets up, gets it and one. So good active hands on defense going after those little floaters. And the Colts get another 2 with a chance for a third here.
And
it'll be Roberts Farquharson.
And we can see how these substitutions have really become game changers here as the energy levels from the Colts have risen.
Still an aggressive press as Parnell's back in, gets it to Gahit. McCarthy trying to send it into the ground, hits Gahit hard. Gahit gets the layup and he'll have the chance to go for a third, a little banged up after going to the floor hard on that one.
We can see how, although the press has seen some good results for the Colts, it can also show some negative results because the Phoenix are able to do that overhead pass that we're struggling to block, and that is able to create a fast offensive transition, and we're unable to have anyone track back, hence the foul.
So that's McCarthy's second personal, as with 44 seconds left, the Phoenix are now in the bonus. Hitting the free throw there was Gahit. It's Shallow now with it. Shallow inside, looking for Sudani. That one tipped away, but they're going to say it's off the chest of Sudani. So it's going to be Fleming basketball, 32 seconds left to go. About a 9-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. It's Igbegbo, gets it to Pagir again. That's Gallarb Jackson back in the game, and Parnell with it now. Gahit working on Shallow. Parnell driving inside, Euro step. That's going to be a foul on the gather. So going to the line 4-2 will be Marcus Parnell. Parnell on the season, playing in his 5th game, a starter now in his 3rd, makes the free throw. He's now 4 of 6 on the season from the line, as the second one's no good. Rebound by Wilson. It's Shallow trying to drive inside, and they're going to call a charge as taking another hit was Gahit. That one was an elbow pierced right to the stomach, as it'll go the other way with 3.6 seconds left. 18-point lead for the Colts. Showing press once more. They get it out to Parnell. He gets the shot off early. No good. Igbegbo got the rebound, got it up in time, but unable to get it to go. But the Centennial Colts opening with a strong first quarter, taking care of business at home, trying to start the season 4-0, 32-14. Your score at the end of one, as we'll be right back with second quarter action. Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center here at Centennial College's Progress Campus. It's the Centennial Colts with a commanding 32-14 lead. going into the second quarter. And as a team, Kira, the Centennial Colts on offense absolutely destroyed.
Ugh, just ridiculous, especially on the 3 points. We have about an 80% 3-point right now with scoring 4 out of 5, as well as just really strong individual players such as Mars-Buckley, who was able to score the first 9 points for the Centennial Colts when we had a 9-0 run, and currently is a point leader with 13, trailing behind his Goulbourne with 9.
So it'll be Fleming basketball to start the third quarter, as it's Goulbourne, Jackson, Pagirgan, Parnell, Gahit, and Igbagbo for the Phoenix. It's McCarthy, Goulbourne, Roberts, Farquharson, Sudani, and into the game for the first time, it's Jordan Karp, first-year student out of Kingston, as McCarthy going up top! Couldn't get it, was Roberts, Farquharson, and Parnell will hand it over to Goulbourne Jackson, as Gahit works at the top, guarded by Farquharson. Goulbourne Jackson, Pagirgan driving inside, taken away by Goulbourne. Goulbourne running the floor. Gets it over there. And Karp with his first bucket of the game. Karp not seeing much action in the early going. Gets a chance here against the Phoenix as Pagirgan driving inside, ran into a brick wall with Sudani. Picked up the ball and took too many steps. So it'll be a turnover on the travel.
And we can really see how versatile the Colts bench is, as even though we have reserve players coming on, you can't even tell since they're such game changers.
It's Goulbourne. McCarthy wide open, his three-pointer, no good. Nice tip there by Roberts Farquharson, battling for the loose ball, but taken eventually by Murray. It's Gahit. To Tyler Murray. Nice crossover there on Farquharson. Inside, gets it over. Nice pass to Igbagbo. And he gets fouled hard, either Karp or Goulbourne on the foul. It's going to be on Goulbourne. That's going to be his second personal. So we'll see if they take him out here with 8:33 left to go in the first half. It appears Coach Jackman's going to trust his star third-year player, as the first free throw by Igbagbo is good. 34-15, a minute and a half into the second quarter. Rebound Sudani off the miss. Goulbourne running the offense, guarded by Gahit. Sudani with a good screen as Goulbourne gets it over to McCarthy. Same action, goes one more this time to Karp, and Karp's three-pointer's good. Jordan Karp is now 3 for 3 on the season from deep. Gahit getting it over to Murray as Goulbourne Jackson is back at the table. Pushing off a bit there was Murray, now trying to drive inside. Nice feed inside, that was Goodman Audie who's returned, and he gets it on the putback. Goodman Audie giving McCarthy a shove after the whistle, or should I say the bucket. Getting a little warning there from the official. No technical on the play though, as it's still a 20-point game as Goulbourne has it at the top. That one tipped out of bounds by Gahit.
And though we're not used to Goulbourne bringing the ball up the court, it is something that is nice to look at, since he is bringing up that speed for the Colts.
Sudani fouled there by Gahit. You're saying it's great to see him with the ball in his hands. He's been one of the key playmakers for the Colts this season with 5 assists per game. That leads the team as Karp in the corner, driving inside, trying to go up strong. Sudani with the big rebound, gets a second tip. Just too big for Goodman Audie. Gives him a little shrug afterwards, and it's Murray coming the other way. Goulbourne had a near triple-double against Algonquin as Murray was fouled in the trap there. It's going to be on Roberts Farquharson, but Goulbourne against the Algonquin Wolves put up 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, almost recording a triple-double in that one. Okay. Inside, Igbagbo gets it to go. Goulbourne in the corner, that's Karp. Back to Goulbourne. Big Omar Nur back at the table. Ferguson with 7 on the shot clock gets it into Sudani. McCarthy, Karp in the corner. No good, air ball on the 3. And they're going to say that's out of bounds. They're going to say Goodman Audi had possession, but I think the refs are going to talk about it now because the shot clock was going to expire. We'll see if they determine whether possession was had. And no, they're going to change the call to a shot clock violation, so it's going to go the other way. It's going to be Phoenix basketball as Mars-Buckley will check back in, as will Shallow. And Xander Wilson will also check back in.
So the initial starters for the Colts are coming back in. We'll see if we're able to get some more points on the scoreboard, as we were only able to score 5 so far.
So the starters, Shallow, Wilson, Goulbourne, Nur, and Mars-Buckley back on the floor as that one's taken away by Shallow. Going the other way, lobs it up for Goulbourne. Maybe got a little too excited on that one. Not really an opportunity as Igbagbo to Murray going the other way. Nice defense there from Murray. That one airball but rebounded. Coming from behind was Goulbourne there, and he gets a hand on Male, who's back into the game. That's going to be Goulbourne's 3rd personal, and that will probably take him out of the game for the rest of the first half. We'll see what happens here as he remains on the floor as Golarb Jackson in the corner for Murray. Nur didn't see him coming in. Still had an effect on the shot as Shallow goes the other way. Gets it into Goulbourne, who goes left. That one off the bottom of the backboard. And that one, Goodman Audi leaning his hip into Shallow. And that's going to be another foul on Goodman Audi. A clear foul there as he gets his hip right into the body of Shallow. Goodman Audi saying otherwise. So it'll be Roberts Farquharson who checks back in, and Goulbourne with the 3 fouls will head to the bench. It's Wilson. Mars-Buckley, 3-pointer, no good, but Wilson with the rebound and gets fouled on the way back up. That's going to be another foul on Goodman Audi. I believe that is his 3rd as well on the afternoon. So Goodman Audi in some foul trouble for the Phoenix with 5:56 left to go in the second quarter. Both teams with 3 fouls in the corner, each with a foul to give more, as Wilson missing the first free throw. Xander Wilson, just a 50% free throw shooter on the season, 6 of 12. Averaging 7 points a game.
Has been a huge game changer this game so far.
He hits the second free throw, and we'll have a substitution as Lystra White checks back in for Igbagbo.
As Fleming has been staying at 19 for a while, Colts has been doing some strong defense. Right now it's 40-19 with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
Foul's going to be on Shallow, picking up Wilson in the full court. Wilson's 3-pointer. That one no good. Nur with the rebound. It's Shallow. Skip pass over to Roberts. Farquharson going up high. Can't get over Male. Correction. As that one goes out of bounds, it's going to be Colts basketball. It's going to be Shallow bringing up the ball. Over to Farquharson, up top to Wilson. Phoenix started the game in man, now showing a 2-3 zone as Omar Nur's baseline jumper goes. Nice little 9-footer there from the big man.
And we can see why he's placed second for free goal average, making his presence known.
That shot no good by White, taken the other way by the Colts. It's Mars-Buckley over to Wilson, going inside, tried to drop it off to Nur, just a little too hot to handle, and that one goes out of bounds, so it'll be Phoenix basketball.
And the creativity levels have been soaring throughout the roof for the Colts throughout this second period. A lot of fancy footwork from a lot of individual players.
Long two there from White goes down. 42-21. It's Shallow crossing the timeline. Farquharson kicks it to Shallow, who will try a three-pointer. That one is off, but rebounded there by Wilson. Back out to Farquharson with his jumper. No good, but Omar Nur tips it around, eventually gets to Wilson, who gets up, and he's going to go to the line. Bakira Omar Nur tipping that up 3 times. Eventually it found the hands of Xander Wilson. As Jordan Karp's going to check in, it's going to be for Roberts Farquharson.
Yes, Nur is a very consistent player regarding those offensive rebounds. Someone that you really have to look out for as an opposing player, but you can't not look out for him due to his height, as he is 7'2". So, of course, he's going to be getting those rebounds for the Colts.
Second free throw up and in. As now Male gets it to White. Goodman-Audi with it at the top, trying to control traffic. Gets it in the middle there. Nice jumper there from Male. Gets the bucket for the Phoenix. It's still a 21-point lead for the Colts as that pass is tipped. Taken by Goodman-Audi. Trying to go inside. Gets it up and in. So Deandrea Goulbourne making his mark known with his physicality on this game, as it's a timeout by the Colts. They're going to talk it over as it's been a little bit of sloppy ball control from Centennial here in the last 3 minutes.
Yes, so really making sure that we pick up on those signals from the Phoenixes. They have been doing a lot of overhead balls, so really making sure that we are tracking back, especially on the attacking transition for the Phoenix. We have seen some players tracking back a little slower than others, making it an advantage for the Phoenix when they are pressing our end. So that's something that the Colts have to watch out for. Zach, what other points do you think that the Colts need to work on for these last few minutes of the second quarter?
It's all about the sloppy passes. They're doing their work on defense. The Phoenix shooting under 35% from the field, just 2 of 7 from deep. Colts are actually losing the turnover battle in this one. They have 5 to the Phoenix's 4, so it hasn't really been their ability to force turnovers like they have been, the entire season. But, you know, their presence inside, and like we said earlier in the broadcast, their height is ultimately what's going to carry them through this one as we come out of the timeout with 3:44 left to go in the second quarter. It's going to be Xander Wilson on the inbounds. It's Wilson, Shallow, Mars-Buckley, Karp, and Nur in the game for the Colts. Galarb, Jackson, White, Wilson, Goodman-Audi, and Male for the Phoenix as Omar Nur gets wrapped up by 3 Phoenix players under the basket. It's going to be a jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Colts. So it'll be Colts basketball, 14 seconds on the shot clock. We'll see what they draw up here. They haven't tried really going up high much to Nur. Haven't used that height advantage just yet on the offensive end. As keeping that on their side of center was Shallow, who gets it to Karp. No good. Omar Nur trying to box out. And that's going to be a foul on the Phoenix. It's going to be Lystra White with the foul. Trying to wrap up Omar Nur, and that's really all you can do when you're 6'2", trying to guard someone who's a foot taller than you. So Nur will head to the line for 2 free throws as it's a bonus situation. Nur on the season has hit both of his free throws. First one goes down.
Off topic, but just on that wingspan, him high-fiving Mars-Buckley and Karp, you could really see how tall Nur really is.
Yeah, no, they don't have to step in from the line. They can just reach. It's Galarb Jackson with it now for the Phoenix. That's Male with the 3. No good. Unable to get his hand on it there was Nur, but also getting a hand on it was Jason Wilson. And it's going to be Colts basketball.
Colts have been doing a really good job on keeping that energy level high after their timeout, making sure that we do keep those levels high for the last 3 minutes of this quarter.
Shallow using the screen from Wilson. That one stripped away. Galarb Jackson zoomed in off the flank. His transition layup no good, but on the follow, Lystra White with the easy bucket.
And that's something that we really need to watch out for. After Shallow, unfortunately, was unable to have that ball, there was no effort to track back, and that's something that as a Colt we need to do to keep this separation.
Karp trying to feed it to Nur, who tried to get it to Wilson. It was sent out of bounds there by Male. And it's going to be Colts basketball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Nur trying to get positioned inside. As Mars-Buckley with it, he takes a floater and gets it to go. Tavon Mars-Buckley with 2 hands in the face there, rises up and gets it to go. It's Goodman Audi playing with 3 fouls. As in the corner, White's 3, no good, rebound Shallow. Shallow, he was guarded heavily there by Wilson. It's going to remain Colts basketball. As we have about 2 minutes remaining here in the first half, it's Mars-Buckley. Crossover there, step back 3, no good. Wilson looking long and getting it over to Galarb Jackson. The 3-pointer's no good. Rebound Goodman Audi, who takes it out. But interesting play as Male waited for the ball to come to him, didn't run to it, as that one's off the foot of Wilson. Correction, that was White, as Shallow goes the other way for the Colts. It's Karp. Lost the handle, was going to go for the 3 off the catch. Just lost it, but it was tipped out of bounds by the Phoenix. It'll be Colts basketball, and we'll have a timeout taken by Coach Michael Jackman.
And Zach, what do you think is running through Jackman's mind right now? This is the second timeout in the quarter, so things are getting a little bit shaky on the Colts bench.
It's going to be all defensive transition. It's nothing to hit the panic button about, of course, because you're up 21 points. But you need to have those momentary pauses with your team, because even though you're up big, you still have to maintain your focus, Kira. You still have to keep in this, because at any given time, basketball is a game of runs, and it can swing the other way. And 20-point lead becomes 10-point lead, and a 10-point lead becomes a 1-possession game, just like that. So the Colts have to remain focused here and close out this first half strong. It's all about how you close the quarters. We'll see how the Colts do in the last minute and a half or so of the first half.
Yes, and really keeping that strong mentality, too, as an individual player, making sure that if you do make a mistake on the court or if the ball is stolen from you, you are tracking back and making a defensive effort as a player and as a teammate.
2 players in double digits so far for the Colts. Tavon Mars-Buckley with 16 points on 5 of 7, and you got Xander Wilson as well with 10 points of his own. As the ball's inbounded to Karp, gets it back to Mars-Buckley at the top, going to run some pick and roll with Nur as he gets it into the corner for Shallow. Quick little pump fake, and reaching in there was Igbagbo. So going to the line is going to be Shallow for a couple free throws of his own. And Hussam Shallow will get his first opportunity at some points this game, but Shallow may not be on the score sheet for points. Having an active game as well, though. 6 rebounds and 4 assists here in the early going for the 5'10" guard.
Yes, and a huge contributor for the Colts last year as well. So,
of course, Shallow making first team All-Star in the OCAA last season. As that one is going to be stepped out of bounds, so it's going to go the other way. Colts forcing a turnover, coming out of the timeout aggressively. As we mentioned, just trying to close that quarter effectively with 1:14 left to go. It's Wilson who hands it back to Mars-Buckley. Mars-Buckley, little spin dribble. That was a reach in there by Goodman-Audi as he's going to go up. He tried to go for the jam, getting him across the arm there was Mars-Buckley, but it looked like Goodman-Audi might have gotten a piece. No call there. Gets it on the other end, and we'll have a chance to go to the free throw line for a chance at points 5 and 6 on the afternoon for him.
And it looks like the Phoenixes have pinpointed Mars-Buckley as one of the star players, as whenever he does head up the court with the ball, we notice that there is 2 to 3 black jerseys surrounding him, so it makes it hard to find some outlets.
And Goodman-Audi is going to get teed up here as he just threw an obscene gesture towards the crowd. And they're actually not going to call a technical foul. That's the second time the refs have had to speak to him this game. Coach Williams doesn't appear too concerned, though, as Shallow driving inside, fell down, got hit hard as Wilson picks up the loose ball. Down in the paint is Shallow, gets up, and he's in the corner with it now, as it's Tavon Mars-Buckley who has to take a step back 3 late in the shot clock, and that one is going to be a shot clock violation. Good defensive possession there.
And some really defensive step up from the Phoenixes, as it's getting harder for the Colts to really bypass their block.
It's coming down. That is Wilson. Gets it over to Murray. Back to Wilson. Long 2 goes. So Jason Wilson, the bright spot in the early going in the first half here for the Phoenix. Leading scorer on the team is Wilson going strong. No good. Rebound to the Phoenix. As Murray getting fouled there by Shallow. That's going to be Shallow's 3rd foul as well. So 2 Colts starters with 3 fouls in the first half.
Phoenix is really starting to close this gap. What do you think, Zach, that the Colts need to bring, especially on the defensive side?
Well, they're not doing anything wrong at this point. If there's one area that the Colts do have to improve defensively, it's appeared to be on those transition opportunities, and specifically on those transition opportunities, getting on the glass aggressively. Because there's been a couple baskets this game where it's been a miss in transition followed by an easy offensive putback for the Phoenix as the first free throw from Murray goes down. Jason Wilson, first Phoenix player in double digits today. He's a 43% shooter on the season as Mars-Buckley with an aggressive press, and he's going to be fouled there. We'll see if it's on Galarb Jackson or Wilson. Foul's going to be on Galarb Jackson, and Mars-Buckley will go to the line for a chance at 18 first half points as we have just 3 seconds remaining.
Buckley has been very consistent with his free throws, 4 for 4. Let's see if he'll make it 6 for 6.
He makes it 5 for 5 on the first one. Second free throw, easy work for Mars-Buckley, as with 3 seconds left, Phoenix will try to get something here. It's Wilson, couldn't get to the lane in time. Omar Nur was there anyways. And the Centennial Colts are going to take an 18-point lead into the break, up 51-33. And of course, the story in the first half was Tavon Mars-Buckley.
Yes, Mars-Buckley was able to make a 9-0 run within the first quarter for the Colts and was really able to bring out the energy for them, just making everyone dance. I might call him Happy Feet by the end of this game, as well as a really good show out from Xander Wilson, a game changer who usually comes from the bench but actually started this game, has 10 points to his name, trailing behind Mars-Buckley with 18. What do you think, Zach? The Colts have been doing extremely well against the Fleming Phoenix.
Getting on the glass, especially the offensive glass, they're out-rebounding the Phoenix 20-15 in the first half, but it's also just getting good looks on offense. And they're just hitting shots, and the Phoenix are not. So we'll see how it comes out in the second half. Mars-Buckley leading the way with 18 points. Colts up that same 18-point margin. We've got second half action coming up. Please stay with us here on ColtsNet Live. Once again, I'm Zachary Freeman alongside Kira Ireson. Second half action coming up.
All right, can I have another opportunity?
Welcome back. Inside the Athletic and Wellness Center here at Centennial College's Progress Campus. It's Centennial Colts men's basketball action. I'm Zach Freeman, joined by Kira Irison. As Centennial Colts, who are looking to start the season 4-0 with a large 18-point lead, up 51-33 going into the second half. And Kira, as we mentioned going into the break, Tavon Mars-Buckley has been the name of the game today.
Yes, with 18 points and 6 for 6 on free throws, he's really making his name known and is just an all-around versatile and aggressive player, really making the attacking transition strong for the Colts when we are going to basket and making our box out strong on the defensive side, as well as Xander Wilson, another player that has really been making himself known, especially on the line. Right now he has 8 points and is 4 for 4 on free throws. Who do you think that is going to be making a big game changer in these second half, Zach?
Well, we'll see if they try to go to big Omar Nur, who hasn't really had his mark known on the offensive end on this game, as Nur's going to be called immediately for the offensive foul, pushing there on Deandrea Goulbourne, who's been a bit of a pest here in the early going, being very, very physical.
Yes, we did see how in last quarter he did get 3 fouls. So again, a really aggressive player on the defensive side.
And Nur responds by stripping it away there from Goulbourne. As it's Mars-Buckley now with it. As we set the floor, it's Mars-Buckley, Goulbourne, Shallow, Wilson, and Nur for the Colts as Nur drives inside. Post hook, no good. Wilson going up for the rebound. Rebound, Goulbourne, who joins Goulbourne, Jackson, Parnell, Wilson, and White. As White with a 3 from the corner. That one no good. Rebound, Goulbourne. It's Deandrea Goulbourne. Hasn't been in since the 6-minute mark of the second quarter with those 3 fouls. It's Wilson at the top with it. Mars-Buckley, step back 3, no good. Rebound, Goulbourne Jackson. That's Murray. And it's Shallow who got the steal there. Shallow inside to Goulbourne, working on Goulbourne, fadeaway jumper, good. Just a simple little fadeaway there from Deandrea Goulbourne, who gets himself into double figures on the afternoon.
And he starts off the Colts for the second half, really bringing up the energy for them.
Driving inside there was Wilson, but that's actually going to be a foul on Goulbourne, getting his arm on the body of Wilson driving inside. So that actually might be Goulbourne's 4th. As now it's Goulbourne Jackson out to Murray, into Goulbourne Jackson, swatted away by Nur. Rebound, Goulbourne, skip pass, trying to get it out to Mars-Buckley. Good job in transition on defense by Wilson. Pushing off of Shallow and getting the bucket. Shallow with a bandage on his right cheek, getting a cut late in the first half. Spoke to the training staff, says the cut wasn't deep enough to require stitches. He just has a steri strip on there, so he should be good to go. As Shallow driving inside, kicks it out to Goulbourne. He's wide open for 3, too strong. Rebound Murray. Shallow getting it quickly, loses the handle though. Kicks it to Goulbourne, rising up! No foul. That dunk off the rim and over the backboard, so out of bounds. Deandrea Goulbourne trying to end the life of Tyler Murray. As Goulbourne now has it the other way for the Phoenix. Goulbourne Jackson has it stripped away by Nur. Shallow out to Goulbourne, out of reach, has to save it, but it's right into the hands of Wilson. Now Murray driving inside on Xander Wilson. That one no good. Shallow kicking it back out to Goulbourne, who is just chilling on the offensive end. Can't believe he doesn't get the easy layup there. As Goulbourne with it now picks up his dribble, gets it over to Goulbourne Jackson. Another steal here for the Colts. It's Goulbourne, Euro step. This time he gets it to go.
And I don't know how Zach was able to keep up with the pace of the play for the last minute and a half. There has been a lot of transition from both teams in there. What did you think, Zach?
It's just a bit of chaos. And sometimes controlled chaos is okay, but that seemed like just chaos. As Deandrea Goulbourne gets a delay of game violation for the Colts, swatting the ball away after the basket. As the pass there by White was stolen by Goulbourne once again. Goulbourne in the corner. That's Mars-Buckley with the three. No good. Omar Nur gets it, though. He has the ball, but it's down to the floor. He's now down there. Bodies flying everywhere, and it's the Phoenix who have it. It's Wilson. Transition three goes down. Jason Wilson, his third three-pointer of the game. And if there's one bright spot today for the Phoenix, it's Wilson with 15 points now. It's Nur. His shot is blocked by Goodman-Adi. Going the other way. Back to Goodman-Adi, who throws down the jam. And just like that, this lead was as big as 24 at one point. It's back to a 15-point game almost halfway through the third quarter. As it's Mars-Buckley. Phoenix turning up the defensive intensity as it's Shallow driving inside, puts up the awkward floater, gets it to go. Who saw him? Shallow. Nice little move there. It's Parnell. Over to Goodman-Adi. Sagging off of him is Nur. It's Igbagbo back in the game. And that shot is tipped by Goulbourne into the hands of Nur. And now it's Shallow who will bring the ball up for Centennial. Shallow, triple, no good. Nur trying to save it, just out of reach, if that's even possible. And it goes out of bounds. It's Phoenix basketball.
Phoenixes have been doing a really good job on putting the Colts under the pressure for the last few minutes of this quarter, making sure that we stay strong as a defensive team.
Parnell airballs the floater. Getting the offensive rebound there was Male. However, he stepped out of bounds, so it's going to be Colts basketball. 4:52 left to go here in the third quarter. 57-40 the score. Colts with just 6 points in the first 5 minutes or so. It's Wilson. Inside, up high. A lot of contact, no call. Is going the other way is Jason Wilson. Gets it inside, and he goes up for a layup of his own and gets it to go. It's Shallow. Wilson with the screen. He's got Goulbourne wide open on the other side. Didn't see him. Mars-Buckley guarded aggressively by White. Big screen from Wilson as Mars-Buckley goes inside. Again, had Goulbourne in the corner. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
And the energy levels from the Phoenix bench has intensified, as we can see that this team in the third quarter is not the team that was opening in the first quarter. We can see a lot of strong defense, a lot of other individualized plays that overall is just making a lot of creativity and difficulty for the Colts.
So it's going to be Phoenix basketball. It's going to be a 15-point lead still for the Colts. Gillard Jackson checked back in for the Phoenix. And it's actually going to be Colts basketball with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. And we're going to have a sub as Goodman-Adi will check in for Wilson for the defensive possession here with 3 seconds left in the short clock situation.
And though as an aggressive player, he has been making a lot of changes for the Phoenix, both attacking and defensive. So number 6 is something that we need to watch out as a Colt. There
was a foul on the inbounds there by Parnell. So we'll try again, but instead of 3 seconds on the shot clock, the Colts will have 14 to work with. Having a quick conversation with the referee is Phoenix head coach Josh Williams. Ball's inbounded to Wilson. Inside to Goulbourne, 10 on the shot clock. Another fadeaway, same spot, and it goes. Two of those nice little fadeaways for Deandrea Goulbourne here in the second half. As it's Male driving inside, Nur disrupting the shot. Going up with the second chance opportunity was Igbagbo. And it's going to be Xander Wilson with the foul as Igbagbo will go to the line for two. The Phoenix are 7 of 9 from the free throw line, now 8 of 10 in the game. So some good free throw shooting on both ends in this one. The Colts, who started the game 4 of 5 from deep, have not hit a three-pointer since the first quarter. Now 4 of 16 from the land beyond. As Shallow brings the ball up, kicks it to Nur, who's inside. That one disrupted by Igbagbo. Mars-Buckley, nice behind the back dribble. Keeps it alive for Centennial. Goulbourne swings to Shallow, tipped away there by Goodman-Audi, and it's going to be Colts basketball. And checking in for the first time, Malik Gibbs, the 5'8 guard out of Pickering High. He's checking in for Hussam Shallow.
And a great substitution as he is also able to bring out that attacking aggressiveness for the Colts. We'll see what he does to make a change for them.
Xander Wilson inside, contested by Goodman-Audi, no call. Wilson out in transition, doesn't get the layup to go on the follow. Goodman-Audi making his presence known. This lead is down to 13, and this is what we mentioned towards the end of the first half about keeping your team focused as 20-point games become 10-point games. It's Goulbourne, fouled on the way inside by Goodman-Audi. That's actually going to be Goodman-Audi's third. So a correction on our part. We thought he had 3 fouls already. That one, his third personal foul of the game.
And the Phoenixes has really been stepping up and bringing the heat defensively and on those attacking transitions, where that's where a majority of their points have been coming from.
There's the inbounds play we were looking for into Omar Nur. No one's going to get it up in the clouds but him. And he gets the easy 2. Lead back at 15. It's Wilson. Crosses over Gibbs. No good on the 3. Gibbs standing there just gets the rebound. Gibbs with the crossover, getting it to the corner. It's Mars-Buckley, back out to Gibbs. Gibbs with that quick handle, gets it inside, underneath. That rebound is tipped around a bunch. Nur got his hand on it a couple times, but it was taken by Goulbourne Jackson, and now it's Wilson with it for the Phoenix. Inside, Goulbourne Jackson misses the easy layup. Rebound, Nur. Nur over to Mars-Buckley. Tried to enter it into Xander Wilson there. It was a little out of his reach, just ahead of him. So it's going to go out of bounds, and with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, it's going to be Phoenix basketball. Checking back in is Tyler Murray for Keandre Goulbourne Jackson. Going to be Murray on the handle here. There are 6 players on the floor for the Phoenix, so that should be a technical free throw for the Colts, as a lack of awareness there from both the players and the coaching staff of the Fleming Phoenix. with too many men on the court, and it'll be Mars-Buckley, who's already 6 for 6 on the day from the line.
Over on the Phoenix bench, a little frustrated was Goodman Audie as he was heading off the bench showing frustration towards the coaching staff.
Mars-Buckley, who doesn't have a point in this third quarter since scoring 18 in the first half, getting the free throw to go, so 19 on the game. But close behind him for the game high right now is Jason Wilson with 17 points. Ball's inbounded to Igbagbo with 1:50 to go in this 16-point game, 62-46. Igbagbo step back jumper from the baseline, no good. Tipped up by Male and tipped again by Male getting it. That one tipped out of bounds by Gibbs. Good active hands there, but it'll remain Phoenix basketball. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. It's Igbagbo. Wilson thought about the three, didn't go for it, now will go for it. That one air ball rebounded by McCarthy, who's checked back in. Advances it to Sudani. McCarthy up top to Gibbs. Didn't go for the three, steps into the two. That one no good, but tipped out of bounds by the Phoenix. It'll be Colts basketball on the baseline. It's going to be McCarthy on the inbounds as Parnell is going to check back into the game for Wilson. They're going to go up top for Nur again. That one tipped away by Igbagbo. Going the other way is Murray. Driving in on Sudani, big block by Mars-Buckley. Like a fly on the glass. And it's Nur who gets the loose ball. Sudani inside, gets the layup to go. As we enter the last minute of the third quarter, it's back to an 18-point lead for the Colts. As driving is Male inside, they're gonna call a foul. On the interior, it's going to be Gibbs who picks up his first personal. So that, the Colts foul to give here in the last 2 minutes. It'll be a bonus situation from here on out for the Phoenix.
And though from the bench, Sudani has been doing a really good job. Right now he has 4 points to his name, but he's been doing really good just making those plays offensively and just making some opportunities for players such as Mars-Buckley and Nur.
Male, an 86% free throw shooter, making just 1 of 2 at the line there. It's going to be Gibbs bringing up the ball for the Colts. Guarded heavily by Male, got it stripped away, but keeping it was Gibbs. As he drives baseline and getting a little too handsy there was Male, who picks up the foul. So it's going to be a side out of bounds here for the Colts, and now they will be in the bonus as well on the next foul by the Phoenix, as Gahit will check back in. And that is Male, who just picked up his third foul, checking out. It's Gibbs inside, McCarthy, reverse layup. That one goes down. So nice little give and go action there off the inbounds. Well-designed play by Coach Michael Jackman.
And that was McCarthy's first 2 points there for the game.
It's Murray up top. 6-second differential game clock, shot clock here in the late stages. Murray going up, good defense, Nur. It's McCarthy. Now Gibbs, 9 seconds left in the quarter. Gets it inside to Sudani, drops it off to Nur. Nur going over the top. And getting fouled there was Nur. Sudani maybe getting a little too fancy. Had the layup opportunity down low, but no harm. Yes, foul. As Nur will go to the line for 2 free throws here.
3.2 seconds left in this quarter, 66-47 for the Colts.
Nur hitting the first free throw. For a guy who's 7'2", Omar Nur is a pretty reliable free throw shooter. Second free throw. Obviously the second I say that, no good, but stripped away by Mars-Buckley. Rebounded by Sudani. Getting hit hard in the face and taking exception to that was Igbagbe. They were just going up hard for a rebound at the end of the quarter, but Igbagbe thinking there was something a little more to that one. Holding back there was Mars-Buckley. It won't escalate any further, and we will hit the end of the third quarter, so a little fireworks slate there.
Yeah, and a little fireworks on the last time these teams play. A little bit of history. So last year, the Colts did end up winning against Fleming in one of the final games against them. But unfortunately, it ended up being a little bit of a heated moment at the end of the game, something that we just noticed here within the end of that third quarter. So just making sure that we keep our calm, cool, and collectness as a Colt and just keep playing our game with this 20-point lead.
So it seems like there's been quite a bit of extracurriculars on the Phoenix end, but the refs have yet to issue a technical in this one. Of course, Deandrea Goulbourne already with 2 warnings from the officials. First, after a shoving Quinton McCarthy underneath the basket after a basket, and then proceeded to give an obscene gesture after his free throws to the home crowd audience here at the AWC. So we'll see if the refs try to tighten the screws a little bit on this one, trying to not have it escalate any further as we get set here for the fourth quarter of action. The Colts are hanging on to a 20-point lead. You have to assume the starters will come out for the beginning, but should this remain out of reach for the Phoenix, you'll have a chance to see a lot of those reserves that really got a chance to play in the first half in this one, Kira.
Yes, especially from the Colts side. Some people such as Karp and Wilson, as well as Sudani and Roberts Farquharson, have been overall just strong players and players that are just overlooked on the bench but have been showing and proving themselves against the Phoenix.
So as we get set for the fourth quarter, 67-47 for the Colts. The lineup on the floor for Centennial is Mars-Buckley and Gibbs at the guard spot, with McCarthy, Sudani, and Nur. For the Phoenix, it's Goodman, Audie, Jason Wilson, Golarb Jackson, Gahit, and Igbagbe. As Golarb Jackson takes it up, it's down low to Goodman Audie, who's working on Nur. Spin move, loses the ball there. Goodman Audie down on the other end of the floor, as going for the big block was Igbagbo. But Goodman Audie down hard and still on the floor as the trainer and the coach come out for the Phoenix.
Goodman Audie is one of the few players on the Phoenix team that has been making a difference for the Phoenix in this game. So if injured, that may impact the overall energy and attacking patterns of the Phoenix. And just some little history as well. So we're looking at these two teams, but some background on them. We know that Shallow was a really strong player last year, so making sure that if he is coming into this last quarter, he closes off for his team strong, as well as for the Phoenixes. Wilson was an overall good player on their side as well, so making sure that he keeps his team at bay.
Goodman Audie getting up on his own power and jogging off the court himself. Seems like a lower body, a hamstring from what it appears to be holding on the table. Going to get some work done by the training staff, but it was good to see him walk off on his own power, as it's Wilson for three in the corner, and that one's good. Jason Wilson, 4 of 8 from deep in this one. It's a 19-point game as Gibbs will bring it back up. Gahit almost getting the steal there. Mars-Buckley. Going inside, Mars-Buckley with the layup. That one in and out. Rebound Igbagbo. Double team there, but he gets it out to safety to Galarb Jackson. It's Wilson in the corner, going for another one. No, tried to pass it inside to Igbagbo. So it's going to be Colts basketball after the turnover. We're a minute into the final quarter of regulation. 69-50 for Centennial as Sudani gets it into the corner. Mars-Buckley gets a hit to miss on the pump fake and then hits the three. Tavon Mars-Buckley now at 22 points on the game. It's Wilson, who's also at 20 points for the game. Over to Gahit, back to Igbagbo. Bank three, no good. It's Gibbs. Into the corner, McCarthy. His three-pointer, no good. Going the other way as Wilson gets trapped at center. And it's going to be a blocking foul. Trying to stop the ball in transition there was Sudani. So it'll remain Phoenix basketball, 22-point lead for Centennial.
And some really strong showouts from Mars-Buckley, Goulbourne, Nur, and Wilson. All collectively have been making themselves known for the Colts and really pushing it, as our two pivotal players, both Crawford and Wong, are currently injured with ankle injuries.
Gahit missing the southpaw jumper from the baseline, as it's McCarthy who will try another three-pointer. That one no good. Gahit the rebound. Nur getting a piece of Gahit on the board. And it'll be a rebound. It'll be a personal foul to the big man Nur. That's going to be his fourth personal. And checking back in is Wilson and Goulbourne. Goulbourne also with 4 fouls in this one. Been limited by the foul trouble. Still has 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in this one. Omar Nur sitting at 9 rebounds on the afternoon. We passed the 2-minute mark. Wilson, nice feed inside to Igbagbo, who goes up for it. No good, rebound Goulbourne. Goulbourne looking for an option, finds Gibbs. Gibbs doesn't take the three, now does. No good. That one tipped by McCarthy. What a save there. Out to Gibbs. No good. But Wilson with another rebound. Goes up. Gets it to fall.
And the Colts there very consistent on that attacking play.
So on the third opportunity for the Colts there, they get the bucket. As that one's stolen by McCarthy. Advances it to Goulbourne. Can't get the bucket to go. But fouled by Gahit on the layup. And he's going to go to the line for 2 more free throws.
Attempting to make this 16 points to his name. Goulbourne has been having a strong showout. So far, he has 4 rebounds to his name and 3 assists. So a really good attacking player overall, and has been making a good showout for his team, as well as someone else to look out for on the court right now. Well, actually, who was subbed off was Nur. Again, was really good on those rebounds, has 9 to his name this game, so is really making himself known, and the reason why he's placed second in the OCAA standings for rebounds for, as well as for free goal percentage.
Colts with just 8 turnovers in this one. They had just 10 against La Cité last weekend. Colts on the season averaging about 13-14 turnovers per game. Looking like they're going to finish well below their season average. 2 good games ball security-wise. And they've let their presence be known. They just haven't really done it as efficiently in the second half here. Not a lot of scoring on their part. Just 23 points in the second half thus far.
Yes, the Colts did, however, were able to actually close down these attacking turnovers for the Phoenixes, and were actually able to break down the transitional attacking. So a really good show defensive-wise for the Colts, and something that we were able to overcome.
Goulbourne's first free throw was too strong. Second one, that one too weak. So one miss long, one miss short. It's good to see Goodman Audie back on the court after the injury, and it's Goulbourne Jackson. It's Igbagbo at the top. Wilson with the floater, no good. Rebound, Xander Wilson. Out to McCarthy on the outlet. And that one's going to be on Goodman Audie, who takes another hard hit. Reach in before McCarthy. If he stands there, it might be a charge, but went for the steal. And it's going to be Colts basketball after Goodman Audie picks up his 4th personal foul. So Centennial's going to take a timeout, and someone who's been on the bench for quite some time in the second half is Hussam Shallow. Of course, Shallow got banged up close to the end of the first half with that cut opening just underneath his right eye. Training staff telling me he wouldn't be playing if he was feeling any kind of pain or soreness to the area or the general region of his head. So you're wondering if maybe he's just feeling a little uncomfortable, and the Colts taking precautionary measures. Of course, Shallow missing the Colts' previous 2 games with an ankle injury. You don't want those to compound in this early in the season, especially when your team started off as hot as the Colts have.
Yes, that 9-0 run really caught the media staff off guard, but again, that's something from Mars-Buckley for you. Right now, he has 22 points to his name with 2 rebounds, and is actually 7 for 7 when he walks up to the line for those free throws. So really is the main star for the Colts right now. But Zach, who's the main star for the Phoenix?
Well, we keep mentioning his name. It's Jason Wilson, a 20-point scorer today. 8 of 15 from the field, shooting 50%, 4 of 8 from deep. Tavon Mars-Buckley trying to match that, 3 of 7 from deep on the Colts side. But you said it, Kira, the Colts have been efficient at the line all game, 17 of 19. Almost 90% at the line as Mars-Buckley gets it over to Gibbs. Gibbs over to Goulbourne. Nice little jab step there, brings it inside, no good. Trying to get the rebound there with Xander Wilson, it's out to Gibbs. And we've had this a couple times in the game. The table staff resetting the shot clock to 14 after the ball not hitting any part of the rim. So it's going to be 3 seconds on the shot clock here for the Colts. They'll have a baseline out of bounds. It's going to be Gibbs. Inside quickly to Wilson. Loses it, but that one did hit the rim. And that's going to be a foul. They'll talk about if that one didn't hit the rim. It looked like from our angle that it did. But Xander Wilson appears to be going to the line. He himself is 4 of 4 this game. He'll try to make free throws number 18 and 19 for the Colts. Wilson hitting the first, lead back up to 25, 6:32 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Very consistent player. Right now he's 5 for 5 on free throws. Gonna make it 6 for 6, and he does. Really consistent on the line.
It's Goulbourne Jackson bringing the ball up. It's inside to Igbagbo. That one tipped away, good active hands by Deandrea Goulbourne. With 10 seconds on the shot clock here, it's going to be a hit on the inbounds for the Phoenix as Tyler Murray checks back in for a hit, so it'll be Murray on the inbounds. The Colts' next game comes on the road against Seneca on November 7th. as Wilson with 3 seconds on the shot clock gets inside, doesn't go. And that's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be Phoenix basketball with 14 reset after the ball hitting the rim there. Inbounds go inside to Igbagbo. Tough finish over Wilson there. 76-52. It's Goulbourne. Inside. That's going to be a shooting foul. And Goulbourne gets the floater to go, so he's going to get a chance to go to the line to make it 17 points on the afternoon.
And even though at the midpoint of the game, we were a little bit worried about the gap closing, doesn't seem to be an issue as it's 78-52 for the Colts.
Goulbourne hits the free throw. The lead's back up to 27. This is the Colts' largest lead of the game. It's Murray in the corner. Tried to get it inside to Igbagbo, but they're going to call a kick ball, so it's going to remain Phoenix basketball. Galarb Jackson on the inbounds. Kicking it out to Wilson. Inside, his floater's up, no good. Rebound gets his own, but Xander Wilson takes it and Mars-Buckley goes the other way. He had the look on two guys, but tried to do it himself with a circus shot. No good, looking for a call as Igbagbo tried to hand it off there. Going up is Galarb Jackson with the double clutch finish. It's Shallow who's checked back in, and Wilson who dribbles the ball off his foot. That's going to be a travel as he slid down. It's going to go the other way. 79-54 as Jordan Karp's going to be checking back in.
Karp with 5 points to his name, had a good show out within the second quarter, making himself known.
He's going to check in for Mars-Buckley. You would think Mars-Buckley would be done for the day with this big lead. 3 starters remain on the floor for the Colts in Shallow, Wilson, and Goulbourne, as it's Murray at the top now. That's White. Galarb Jackson into the corner to Wilson. Another 3 is good for Jason Wilson. 23 points takes over the game high from Mars-Buckley. It's Goulbourne working on the sideline. Step back. That's a long 2. No good. Rebound, Igbagbo. That one taken away by Wilson. Going the other way, it's Shallow with the speed going inside. That one stripped away. It'll remain Centennial basketball. Checking back in is Pagirigan for the Phoenix. He checked in for Jason Wilson, who exits the game with 23 points as Omar Nur is back at the table for the Colts as McCarthy's 3's no good. Rebound by Karp, but that one tipped away. Pagirigan keeps it in. Taken by Galarb Jackson, and he's fouled trying to stop the ball by Quinton McCarthy. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on the Colts with 4:18 left to go here in the 4th quarter. As Nur's going to check back in for McCarthy. It's Galarb Jackson guarded by Shallow. Screen there by Igbagbo, who drives inside on Nur and gets it to go.
Seen on the bench, the coaches are signaling to the players to keep the hands up, something that we've been struggling to do within this quarter.
It's Goulbourne. Step back 3, no good. Rebound Xander Wilson, bodying Igbagbo down low. Gets over top, but getting all ball there was Igbagbo, but it'll remain Colts basketball. 3:47 left to go in the 4th. The Phoenix trying to rise from the ashes in the late stages of regulation as there's going to be a push called on Tyler Murray. That's going to put the Colts into the bonus, and Deandrea Goulbourne will go to the line for 2 shots, as now checking in for the first time is Cyprien Petitvier. Parnell also checking back in for the Phoenix. They're on the floor right now alongside Gahit, Murray, and Pagirigan. For the Colts, it's Shallow, Xander Wilson, Karp, Goulbourne, and Nur. 80-59 the score. Missing the second free throw is Goulbourne. Nur not even having to jump for the rebound. Gets his own loose ball, gets it back to Goulbourne. 9 seconds on the shot clock, behind the back, going inside. Nice move, but missing it. But Nur right there on the putback. That's also Omar Nur's 10th rebound and points 10 and 11 on the afternoon. So a double-double on the game for Omar Nur, as a timeout's going to be called by Coach Williams and the Fleming Phoenix. So the Colts at times let it get a little, let's not say close, but let's say it got a little sketchy at times. But Centennial would always find a way to respond, especially on the offensive end, getting those easy looks, and Omar Nur having his impact felt on this one.
Yes, has been doing a really good job, especially on those rebounds. Has 10 to his name right now. But yes, Zach, exactly what we are talking about. The energy levels were dropping. We did notice that we had a smaller gap at half and an even smaller one within the third quarter. It got as low as 15 at times, but now we have a gap as greater as 20. So some really good showouts from both reserve players and starters. It's like you can hardly tell who started this game and who's currently making a change from the bench.
A full team effort from the Colts, of course. The stars, Mars-Buckley and Goulbourne, leading the charge, but it's been a total team effort in this 23-point lead with 3:28 left to go. It's Gahit bringing up the ball, and he throws his pass to Murray straight out of bounds. Had a lot of space in front of him, but tried to break the softer press that the Colts were showing. Airmailed the pass a little bit, got a little excited. It's Colts basketball. Karp inbounding it, gets it to Shallow, who's guarded by Gahit. It's Wilson at the top with Karp, guarded by Pagirigan, as Shallow inside, didn't look at the shot clock. It expired just before the release. So no bucket there on the floater. It's Fleming ball. It's Pagirigan who advances it to Parnell. And now Murray working on Karp. It's Gahit. It's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Parnell, Pagirigan, he's gonna have to throw something up. Good team defense and better rotations as the Colts force the shot clock violation and get the ball right back. So back-to-back shot clock violations, one by the Colts, one by the Phoenix. And checking back in is Lystra White for Gahit.
Currently 82-59 for the Colts with a 27 lead, making themselves known on the court. Right here is Karp.
Karp's three airballed long. Going the other way is White, who just checked back in, lost the handle off his foot and out of bounds. Tried to slow himself down as he was getting closer to the basket, and it's Colts ball. So the Colts men's team don't play until Tuesday, but tomorrow we will have volleyball action for you here, as we'll have a doubleheader of the men's and women's team. Women's broadcast coming first at 1 o'clock, as that one's missed by Wilson. with the men's game starting at approximately 3 o'clock. Men's team with a hot start to their season, led by Leo Salazar and Pedro Casalotto. It's Wilson. Over to Goulbourne. As Goulbourne driving inside, that one was disrupted by Petit VA, and going the other way is Parnell. Tried to get it to Petit VA, who now sends it out to Pagirigan. Driving inside, easy swat for Nur there. Nur didn't even have to leave the ground to block the shot of the 6-foot guard.
I don't even think he had to look, Zach. He kind of just swatted in the direction it was being shot at.
That's Nur's 4th block of the afternoon. Sudani and Roberts Farquharson, as well as McCarthy, checking back in, so mostly reserves in the game now for the Colts with 1:23 left to go. It's White with the 3, no good. Rebound McCarthy. Advances it to Karp. Bit of a carry there, no call going inside. Circus shot, nowhere close as Pagirigan Euro step that one. Reached at by Shallow, and eventually the Colts get it as Farquharson gets it to Sudani. Nice feed there to McCarthy, and that one's up and in. 84-59 as we enter the last minute of this contest, and the Centennial Colts are going to advance to 4-0 to start the season. As Karp will go the other way, is he going to go up for it? Hard foul. Going hard to the floor there after the foul. We're going to see if there's going to be a flagrant call. They might have been talking about it, but it's going to be a common foul. It was Lystra White who went up for it there. And that's his 5th personal, I believe, so he fouled out of the game. We'll see what the substitution is. It's going to be Jason Wilson entering the game for White.
Karp, currently having 5 to his name right now, is going to see if he can make it 2 for 2 at the line.
Missing the first. Second free throw seemed like a false start by everyone in the lane there. No call. But the offensive rebound taken by Farquharson, and they're going to call it travel before the shot as he backpedaled a little bit into his shot opportunity. And we've got a 10-second differential on the game clock, shot clock, and this game is all but over at this point. As the Colts, their first 4-0 start in quite some time, feeling confident at this point in their schedule, and they're just going to hold on here as the shot clock's turned off, and 10 seconds left, and they'll just dribble it out. It's going to be an 84-59 victory for Michael Jackman and the Centennial Colts, advancing to 4-0 in front of the home crowd. Tavon Mars-Buckley leading the way with a team-high 22 points in the game. Deandrea Goulbourne adding 18 of his own. And Big Omar Nur with 11 points and 12 rebounds for the double-double.
Yes, although the Phoenix did show some worrisome battle for the Colts heading into the second half, and in the third quarter showed nothing, as even though 2 pivotal players that are currently injured, Samuel Wong and Tayshawn Crawford, both with ankle injuries due to the Algonquin game, are out. It showed no difficulty for the Colts as they were able to beat the 8th place team, Fleming.
And what you have to like is Hussam Shallow appeared to be running on that ankle okay after he missed the last 2 games due to an injury of his own. Once again, the Colts' next game will be Tuesday, November the 7th, when they take on Seneca, that one an away game. So we will not have that for you on ColtsNet Live, but you will be able to find that game on the OCAA website Again, our next Coltsnet broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon right here at the Athletic and Wellness Center for a doubleheader of volleyball action. With Centennial coming off a 3-0 win, specifically, as they look to extend their hot start to the season. But for now, we're going to sign off for this one. For Kira Irison, I'm Zachary Friedman, and for the rest of our entire Coltsnet Live crew, thank you for tuning in to this Colts victory as they remain atop the OCAA standings at 4-0. We will see you tomorrow afternoon for volleyball action.
And with that, Colts, let's ride.